Welcome to episode 3 of KCC TV, our monthly magazine programme made by KCC members for the local cycling community. We've got an amazing show coming up. Karen, tell us what we've got coming up.
First up, we've got Toby Thomas, one of our junior members, talking about where he likes to explore on his bike.
Following that, we've got Vicki Parrington talking about her bike and what it means to her.
Then we've got our climb of the month. We're going to find out how people got on last month and set you the challenge for this month.
Then we have a recipe of the month from Liz Kirk with some homemade Cliff protein bars.
And then we're going to meet another one of our committee members this month, Rory Black.
We have tip of the month from Iain Childs, which is a really good tip this month.
And then we're going to have some news.
And then finally, a feature all about time trialling and the local Milnthorpe time trial with some KCC members giving it a go for the first time.
First up then, we've got Toby Thomas. Toby's one of our junior members who goes to home scales to hone his mountain bike skills, and he's going to tell us what he enjoys about riding his bike.
As a young mountain biker, I like to go to different places and learn different skills. I like to ride my mountain bike and my BMX in loads of different places with my dad. I attend the Home Scales mountain biking sessions on Thursday night. At the end of a nice bike ride, I like to share some sweets and ice cream with my dad. I love to go to new places and new trails. My challenge is for you to go to new places and get ice cream and sweets too. I'm Toby Thomas and I'm a member of Kendal Cycle Club.
What better thing than eating ice creams and sweets and riding your bike? I don't think life gets better than that.
I think we all need to do a bit more of that.
We do, absolutely. And if you're one of our junior members, we want you to take a photo when you're eating sweets or ice cream on your bike ride and tell us where you explored and send it in to us, and we'll feature some of our favourites next month.
So, coming up next, we have Vicki Parrington telling us all about her bike and what it means to her. And Vicki's really interesting because she actually came to cycling later on in life, and she also tells us about the different types of biking she likes: mountain biking, road biking, and even going to the pump track.
My bike to me is all about that gateway to moving up here. It's just opened the doors for me, and it's really helped me settle into a new town, a totally new environment. The bike up here has just meant friendships and adventures and smiles and tears and lots of fun. And I'm really grateful that I've had that wonderful opportunity to be able to embrace it. I never had bikes before. I'm clearly an adult now, and I learned to ride a bike as a child. My first bike was called Little Imp, and I got him when I was about 3. Then suddenly I was over 35, and I'd never really ridden a bike since then until I met Paul, my partner, and he introduced me to mountain biking, which I loved. Road biking took a little longer because I had all of those fears. Road bikes look different, they're set up a bit differently, and then add the thing of riding in a group of people, and your own ability to handle a bike in a group was really quite intimidating. And I think my biggest encouragement for that was the women's rides. I remember doing the Rafa 100k a couple of years ago, and that was brilliant. I got lots of really positive feedback, or sort of, not feedback, just information from everyone doing that. And I really enjoyed it. And I wasn't terrified. And that was massive. A little evolution that I've had along the way, it was kind of a lockdown project. We sourced all the different parts for a jump bike, which I'd never done before, so I was learning what went into a bike. We built Pam, the jump bike, and she's a stunner. When the restrictions eased, we went to able to go to Barrow Skate Park, which we were the oldest children there. As a grown-up, it's hard to learn new things, and it's really hard to challenge yourself and laugh at yourself when you get things wrong. And learning to ride Pam has just been a revelation. I think cycling's really just brought life into a bit more perspective of, just calm down, like make a plan, commit to it, drop in, off you go, let it happen. And that's, I learned that at the skate park.
That was a great piece from Vicki. Thank you so much, Vicki. Last month we set a challenge following Toby Cummins riding up Barbendale. We set the Church Mouse Challenge, and in all honesty, it's been amazing how many people have done this. Nearly 50 people, I think, did the challenge this month. You've been posting your pictures, you've been taking photos of your cake in the Church Mouse Cafe, and it's been amazing to see people going out in all sorts of weather as well.
It's been a bad month, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bad month.
May.
It might have been nice. It might be nice now, but it was pretty grim.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So, so congratulations to everyone who has done it, and we are going to pick 2 winners. We've had so many people do it. We're actually going to pick 2 winners this month out of the hat, just to get a prize. And Cold Dark North, Toby Cummins are sponsoring the prizes this month.
So shall I get the sloth helmet again?
We've got the sloth helmet again.
Do you want to pick one, then I'll pick one?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to pick one. Let's see who we've got. And it is Kath Finn.
Wow.
Well done, Kath.
I think Kath probably went up there a bit faster than a sloth.
I think she went up on one of the wet days, actually, if I remember correctly.
And Padraig Spillane.
Padraig, congratulations.
Fabulous.
Padraig.
Congratulations to both. And Ben, do we know who was fastest up there this month?
We do. We weren't going to talk about that, Karen.
Who was fastest up there?
So at one point I was fastest up there. It turns out actually in the final results that Dale Lee, congratulations Dale, you did a really good time up there. Dale was fastest over the segment.
Bad luck, Ben.
I know, next time.
Should we give a shout out as well? We've got a new member this month.
We do. Just a welcome to Dan Pictel, who just joined the club after watching KCC TV, got stuck into the challenge this month, so welcome to the club, Dan.
So this month we've got a new challenge that Ben's going to try and get up fastest. And it's going to be Windfall. So without further ado, we're going to watch Pete ride up Windfall.
So we're going to climb Windfell, or more accurately, going to climb up to the telecoms mast on Windfell Common. It's not the longest climb, or the steepest climb. It's got a really nice profile to it. The further you go, the steeper it gets. There's 5 cattle grids that you pass over on the way up, and these serve to break the climb quite nicely into sections. With it being a bridleway, you're unlikely to meet traffic. It does tend to be nice and quiet, and you feel a lot further away from civilization than you actually are. It's really quite exposed, and if the wind's blowing, the walls will only offer you so much protection. Two-thirds of the way up and you start passing snow poles. This really does feel like a proper climb. The final ramp up is the toughest. It's pretty exposed and it's also the steepest, pushing 20%. That's the road climb done, but now you've got options. Go straight back down again. If you're on a mountain bike, you could drop down to Borrowdale. Or on a gravel bike, you can go up to the second mast.
So, Karen, what did you think of Climb of the Month?
I thought that was a really great climb for this time of year as well, Ben, because it's really busy out there on the roads at the moment, and I think having a climb that's virtually traffic-free is going to be brilliant. I think unless there was a maintenance vehicle or a farmer's vehicle, or perhaps a quad bike going up there, you're not going to come across any traffic. I think that's also good if you're a bit of a nervous climber, you're not quite sure, maybe a first timer, if you've not given it a go yet, then this is a month for you to have a go at. And also some of the junior riders, some of the older juniors, if you want to go and have a go at a hill climb, this is a great one to try for the first time, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So the challenge for this month is to go and ride the Windfall climb, and you could do this on a road bike, you could do this on a gravel bike where you can do the extension up to the second set of towers, or you could do this on a mountain bike and carry on over the top and drop down into Borrowdale. You'll find the Strava segment in the YouTube description below. And we're going to have 2 prizes this month. First prize is going to be anyone who does the climb. We're going to put your name in a draw and we will pull out a winner. But we also want to mix it up a little bit this month. And the weather's pretty hot right now, Karen.
It is, yeah, it's roasting out there today.
And when it's hot, what does it make you think of?
Going to the beach, sunshine, sea.
Going to the beach, right?
Ice
Exactly.
creams.
Ice creams. So we are going to challenge people to do a photo competition, and the theme is going to be at the beach. We want your photos taken at the top of Windfell with the theme at the beach.
Couldn't be easier.
No.
If you ride quick enough, Ben, you can get that ice cream up there and still eat it at the top.
Maybe that's the challenge. Can you get up there with your ice cream still intact?
I can't, but maybe you can. We'll see you next month.
We look forward to seeing, if you want to get really creative here, get together with your friends, send us your photos, and we will have a special prize for the most creative beach photo at the top of Windfell.
And if you don't fancy taking an ice cream up there, then you can always take this month's recipe of the month, which are some protein bars as cooked by Liz.
Now, I don't know about you, but I have bought Cliff bars before, which are sort of protein bars, and they're really expensive.
Yeah.
These are, you can make them for a fraction of the price, and they're really, really tasty.
Yeah, very easy.
Let's see how they're done.
Hi, my name's Liz. I've been a KCC member for almost 2 years now. I'm going to talk you through a recipe this morning, which is like a homemade Cliff Bar type recipe. It's dead easy to make. It only has 3 ingredients in, and it's a really good recipe, I think, just on the bite. So the way it works is 3 ingredients. The way the recipe works is you mash the bananas, 2 bananas mashed together in a bowl. You then just add the oats and the protein powder and mix it all together. It's so easy. You then just split the mixture into 6 equal sized pieces, so like cookie shaped pieces, put them in the oven, about 180 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. I also put a pecan on the top of each one as well. So that's an optional extra. If you like nuts, you could just put some on the top. The calories, I think for each one is about 120 calories, 6 grams of protein in each one. There's literally no processed sugar and there's no fat really either. So they're good kind of healthy snack. Really, really easy to make. You could also add, sometimes I add dark chocolate as well, just a small amount, 20 grams chopped up. So I'm going to show you some photos or videos of them cooked. Have a go, try them out, let me know how you get on.
and what Karen doesn't know is that I made some earlier, and I thought you and I could just try out one of the Cliff Bars, Karen. So here you go. I'll let you have the one with the pecan on. There you go.
Oh gosh. Is it vegetarian?
It is vegetarian. Yeah.
Oh wow, it smells really banana-y.
Yeah. It is exactly as Liz says. It's bananas, it's oats, and it's a bit of protein powder.
That is really good. Just wrap that up in your back pocket.
So,
Excellent, well done, Liz.
when you've made your own protein bars, send us your photos, and we're going to have a prize for whoever comes out of the draw with their recipe completed.
Next up, we've got Meet the Committee Member. It's Rory Black this month. Rory is one of the founding members of the club, and he does an awful lot of work behind the scenes, doing comms and basically keeping everything running, helping with the website. And now's a chance to get to know a bit more about Rory.
So my name is Rory Black. I'm the comms secretary for Kendal Cycle Club, and I'm also heavily involved in the junior section of Kendal Cycle Club as well. So I've been a member since we started Kendal Cycle Club back in October 2015, and yeah, I guess that's when my role on the committee actually commenced. So yeah, it's been quite a few years. Okay, so my role on the committee includes managing the Facebook side of things. So obviously a lot of communication goes out through Facebook, sending out mailers just to keep everyone updated. For example, if there's any rides that we need to cancel or anything like that, especially during the winter, it's quite important to get that information out there. And just promoting the club in the local area, trying to establish contacts with other local clubs, whether it's in cycling or other sporting activities. I've been cycling since I was a small child, but I really got into it when I was 15, 16, going mountain biking. Bought my first mountain bike from Andy Stevenson, who had bike treks, and at that point is operating from a small farm in the Rustland Valley, and I bought Gary Fisher Celerity, which was a pink bike, and I had white Onza porcupine tyres, so it was called the Barbie bike. I'd say my favourite cycling memory is definitely doing the Grand Raid Kristalp in Switzerland. I have my my number there. It's one of the few numbers that I've kept. But it's such a fantastic experience. I mean, it's 24th of October 2003, so yeah, I just remember going out there. There's a group of us from the club that I was cycling with in South London called Addiscombe Cycle Club, so we all decided to go out there. I've got relatives in Switzerland, so my cousin decided to do the Kristalp, and so it was such a good holiday combined with cycling trip. So in the Swiss Alps, doing crazy ascents, crazy descents, and the scenery was absolutely spectacular. Being a KCC member it's just great. I thought I knew pretty much all the cyclists in Kendal, and starting up the club, obviously that I was clearly wrong. I mean, there's just so many people that have joined the club, and I've got to know through the club, so it's just been such a great experience, meeting new people, forming new friendships, going away on trips like Mallorca, and really bonding with people in the club. So yeah, for me that's the most important thing, and also just having a strong cycling representation in Kendal, so we can campaign on better cycling facilities and things like that. I think that's an important aspect to the club, and also to attract more people to cycling. Obviously, the more people that we get on bikes, the better. So looking forward to seeing the club grow over the coming years.
Thanks, Rory. Really great to hear a bit more about what you do on the committee for everyone. Next up, we have Tip of the Month. Tell us about this, Karen.
This is something that, if you get it right, looks really easy, but it's quite hard to get done. It's riding your bike with no handles on the handlebars.
And it's an important skill, actually.
It is, yeah.
You know, one-handed, taking a drink, but also, you know, to remove clothing and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And doing that victory wave as you get to the top of the climb first.
And doing the victory wave, exactly. Let's hear from Iain Childs.
Hi, welcome to this month's Club Tips. So this month what we're looking at is quite often the common skill within the group riding is be able to take one hand or both hands off the handlebars at a time. Now if you can't do this very comfortably, it's something that you might want to practice. Especially as you'll need to take one hand off the handlebar to signal or to take a drink or to eat something. And it's a great skill just to develop maybe in your own time on a safe piece of road. What are the key things that you want to be able to do? So if I'm not too confident, don't feel too comfortable, I can come up onto the tops and just go up onto my fingers and feel what that looks like so. One hand, the other hand, back on. So for taking a drink, we're riding along, I've taken my right hand down, I follow my down tube, pick up my bottle, out, and I can take a drink. Put it back in, keeping my eyes looking ahead. Slot it back in. Pedaling, come up to the top, and with both hands at the same time and your weight setting back, come out of the saddle and move forwards. Looking forwards, comfortably place both hands back onto the handlebars and off you go.
Here's a great way to practice your bike handling. Get 2 or 3 items on the ground and ride round them, trying to get as tight as possible to them. Practice with both hands on the bars, but then also with one hand off and then the other hand off, and see how you get on. To remember. Keep your head up and look forward. Have a nice relaxed posture on the bike, and eat, drink or change your jacket at the appropriate time. Remember, practice and practice will really help with these skills.
Thank you, Iain, for that great tip of the month. Next up, we have some KCC news.
Would you like to be on the KCC committee? Because we're recruiting a women's secretary. It's a chance to help shape how the club welcomes new female riders and the provision that we have for the women's section. If you're interested, then email chair@kendal.cc for some more information.
And on the same theme, you may have already seen that we would like some deputy committee members to support each of the roles. Thank you to those people who've come forward and volunteered so far for some of the roles, and we still have some vacancies, for example in the rides coordinator role that I do. If you'd like to come forward and support with that, or some of the other roles, then please do get in touch.
And we've got some great news. The club has secured some funding to provide some bikeability training. Now, bikeability is helping to train people who maybe are not confident cyclists ride on the road. Now, I think, Ben, it's fair to say lots of our people in the club are already quite confident on the road. Not everybody, but it doesn't mean that you don't know people, friends, neighbours, relatives, who might just like a little bit of coaching and advice on how to ride safely on the road. So we're going to be running some sessions in the not too distant future. So if you know somebody, please pass on the word about this. Full details are on our Facebook group and our website, or email comms@kendal.cc for more information.
And all the training is free.
Brilliant.
For everyone. There's dates in June and there's dates in July.
So, on to our final feature of the month.
Yes, which is all about time trialling. And our new roving reporter, Tim Price, has been out on one of the time trials happening locally to talk to some people taking part for the first time.
Hello, my name's Tim Price and I'm here to explain a little bit about time trialling, or as it's more commonly known, a TT, and in particular the Milnthorpe 10. This event is a 10-mile out and back time trial and it's hosted by our friends Kent Valley Road Club. What is a TT? Well, first of all, they're the simplest of competitive formats, with each rider racing against the clock and riders starting at 1 minute intervals. They're known as the race of truth, and that's because there's nowhere to hide, there's nobody to draft behind, it's just you, your bike and the pounding of your heart. Basically, you're racing against yourself. You can't get left behind, you can't get in anybody's way, and you can't hold anybody up. It's simply a trial between you and a clock.
Hello, and what's your name?
My name is Tanya Bushell.
Hello Tanya, how are you tonight?
A bit nervous, a bit apprehensive.
Have you ever done a time trial before?
No, this is my first one. I sort of got roped into it. But thankfully, Helen Jackson took us on a recce ride on Monday. I don't think I'd be here otherwise.
Have you done any training for this?
No, not really.
If you've never done it before, whatever time you get to PR,
yeah,
or a PB
for me.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was pretty amazing actually.
And what's your name?
Hi, my name's Georgia.
Hello Georgia, how are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. What are you here for?
To do a 10-mile time trial.
You're doing the Milnthorpe 10, are you?
Yeah.
Have you done this before?
No.
Have you done any time trials before?
No, I haven't done a time trial before.
What made you decide to do the time trial then?
I thought it would be more exciting to do a time trial than a session on Zwift.
Yeah, I think there were many people that will agree with you there.
The Milnthorpe 10, it starts at the manhole cover on the A6 south of the traffic lights opposite the fire station. Riders proceed along the A6 to a gap in the central reservation opposite a road that's leading to Yeeland Conyers. They then retrace their steps back to the finish line, which is opposite the start.
How was that?
It was good.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, you've got a cracking smile on your face, so it can't have been too traumatic. Hello, and what's your name?
Hi, I'm Iain Stevenson.
Hello, Iain Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
Why are you here tonight, Iain?
To do my first time trial.
Oh, and how are you feeling?
A bit apprehensive, yes, but quite relaxed, yeah.
What made you decide to do one?
Just saw the Facebook post from Helen and just an introduction, so it seemed perfect without time trial bikes.
Did you enjoy it?
In a way, yes. Yeah, it's always better when you're finished, isn't it? But no, yeah.
Yeah, well, you've got a good, happy look on you. Hello, and what's your name?
Hello, Tim. My name's Kath.
How are you tonight, Kath?
Oh, tonight I'm feeling really good. I'm really excited about riding, and I'm really glad that we've brought some other people, and there's loads of us. It's great.
How was that?
Thank you, Tim. That didn't quite go as I wanted, I have to say, that time trial. I did really well for a while and then tied my chain between the cassette and the back wheel up a hill and nearly fell off but didn't, so that was good.
Hello Paul, how are you sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you very much.
Why are you here tonight, Paul?
Well, within the club there was an offer of doing the time trial. I thought it would be the first time to have a go. I thought it would be a good thing to have a go at and see how it goes. I looked at the course the other day when there was an opportunity to go out with a few members, so yeah, we popped out about 4 days ago.
Was that all right?
I've had a breather. Yeah, it was good.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did actually.
Did you try hard enough?
I did.
Hi, I'm Ben.
Hi Ben, how are you tonight?
Good.
And why are you here?
Well, time trialling is a bit of fun, and at the moment, of course, there aren't many events happening in cycling, and things are just beginning, aren't they? So it's really great to have an event on. It's local, it's competitive, and it's also quite social. So it's a chance to just see people have a bit of a blast up and down the A6.
My name's Simon Horsley.
Hello Simon, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm pretty good tonight. Looking forward to the TT here on the Windfall course. So if I went under 24 on my road bike, I'd be over with the moon.
If you went, oh, I'd give you £10. I'll cut that bit out.
Right, well, just told that. Tim just committed to give me £10 if I go sub 24 on a road bike. We'll see.
Okay, a good one. We'll try that then.
What a brilliant film. And you obviously enjoy doing time trials, Ben?
That was a hard one, actually. I found that quite tough that evening. But what was great to see was so many members taking part, many for the first time as well.
And I think that's what's great about this film. It just shows that it is accessible. You can go along. You don't need to be a member or anything, do you? You just turn up on the day? You
can just turn up, and actually there is a time trial every Wednesday evening at the moment, run by Kent Valley. The one this coming Wednesday is actually at Milnthorpe, and subsequent ones are local at Levens and Old Hutton. So it's a great opportunity for people to just come and give it a go.
And that was a road bike session, that one. But can you ride a road bike every time?
You can ride a road bike on any of the events, and many people do.
Right.
So it would be probably common to see about half road bikes and half time trial bikes.
Excellent. So let's hope that this has inspired more people to go and give it a go.
Absolutely. So this brings us to the end of KCC TV episode 3. A big thank you to our contributors, Toby Thomas, Vicki Parrington, Pete Aylward, who did Climb of the Month, who is also a producer of the show and who sits behind the scenes working very hard and people may not know about, so I'm giving him a little mention. We also had Liz Kirk, we had Rory Black, we had Iain Childs also producing the show, and we had Tim Price and a number of club members being interviewed for the time trials.
And we also need to say a big thank you to Toby Cummings from Cold Dark North for supplying the prizes for this month's Climb of the Month. And also a big shout out to Paul Vousden from Map Deck, who has helped with all the tech and the lighting and the filming tonight.
We look forward to seeing your pictures from the challenges this month. Get them sent in, and episode 4 will be arriving on the first Monday in July. See you then.
Bye, Ben.
Thanks, Karen.